If you are here for the first or second time and have never been to Temple Israel before that, I ask that you please raise your hand. You will not be asked to do anything. Welcome. I know we have some students here joining us, which is also great, and we want to welcome you as well. If you are a Board of Trustees member, if you could please raise your hand. Try to meet up with one another tonight so that you can hear about all the great things that each of you are doing and that we can come together for Shabbat. Tonight the candles are going to be lit by the Newman family, so I'll invite them up at this point. And this evening, Mark Teitelbaum will be opening the Ark in memory of his father, Joseph Teitelbaum. Our Oneg this evening is sponsored by Don and Wendy Salzberg in memory of Wendy's brother, Gerald Koff. And tomorrow evening, we will be hosting again the beautiful South Florida Symphony Orchestra in the Kaplan Hall, but at 7:15 we will have our Havdalah led by Karen Pincus. Also, don't miss our Purim Spiel Monday evening. It begins at 7 p.m. And every Tuesday evening, starting last week, Karen will be teaching a Torah trope class. And so I would love you to join our 9 B'nai Mitzvah plus 1. We'd love to make it up to 12 for this class. It runs from 7 to 8 p.m. on Tuesday evenings. So if you're interested, let any of us know. Also, if you enjoyed the 613 live concert a few weeks ago, the a cappella group from which was really wonderful, we have our next installment of 613 Live next week. So from 9 until 10 o'clock in the Gumanik Chapel, we have Shabbat Passion, which is Ladino music. It is a hybrid of Spanish and Hebrew, and it is going to be amazing. It is a group that is housed at Beth David, and they are going to be coming to give a concert here for us to join in. So that is March 13th after services. I hope you'll all join us tonight in Kaplan Hall for a pre-cut oneg so that you don't have to cut any of the treats. And lastly, please turn off your cell phones as we come together for Shabbat. I invite the congregation to please turn to page 2 for the candle blessing. Oh, Rennick.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Perfect. So just as we have welcomed in Shabbat with the candle blessings, I invite you to please rise and to welcome one another as we enter Shabbat together. And as we return to our seats, we turn to page 11 for the singing of Ele Chamda Libi.
Romemu, page 17. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehakodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehakodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehakodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehakodsho.
As we continue through Kabbalat Shabbat, we turn to pages 20 and 21, where we arrive at Lachad Odi, this poem that was composed by Halevi Alkabetz. You can find his name if you take the first letter of each of the verses and put them together. This 16th century Kabbalist from Sfat thought that he would be sneaky to sneak his name in, but I just outed him, and now you all know. So we are going to continue with the singing of Lachad Odi, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Lachad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. 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 Shamo v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet v'lita la 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 la. Lachad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Lachad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nercha, ki hi mekor ha'beracha, merosh mekedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavatehi la 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 la. Lachad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Lachad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Hitoreri, kiva orechu mi ori, sheraberi, kevod Adonai alayich nikla la 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 la. Lachad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Lachad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala.
We rise as we face the back door.
Bo'i v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha u'betzola, toch emuni am segula. Bo'i chala, la 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 la. Lachad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Lachad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. La 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 la. Lachad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala. Lachad Odi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabala.
You may may be seated as we turn to page 24 for the singing of Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Mo'achem LaShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedkem LeShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We continue with our call to worship on page 28. I invite you, if you are able, to please rise as we face the ark.
Lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, lai, lai. Parechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai. Yai, lai, yai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, yai, lai, yai, lai, lai.
You may be seated, except for this row, who's going to come up and lead us in our religious school prayer. If you open your prayer packet, you will find it on the page right here. There's not a number, but you will find it.
It is right after the 2020 Women's Passover experience.
Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives birth to the new generation and the universe, who creates the sun, the moon, and the Torah, who gives our past and writes our future, who gives us our family and friends, who gives us things we celebrate, and who gives us the chance to do good and correct the bad. Blessed are you, Adonai, who protects us and helps us through our lives.
Amen.
Amen.
Good job, guys. So we are going to continue with our Ahavat Olam on page 32.
אהבת עולם. בית ישראל, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו וקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד.
Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel.
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה.
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. I invite the congregation to please rise, if you are able, as we join together in the words of the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated as we turn to the Ve'ahavta, which can be found on page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו
ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. We turn to page 41 as we join together in English before the Mi Chamocha. Please join me. Sing the song of men and women, joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come.
The song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of the world redeemed, the song of peace.
Mi Chamocha.
Yada la 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 la, yada die die die, yada die 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 die, yada die 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 die, yada die die die, yada die 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 die. Mi chamocha baili Adonai, mi chamocha neda b'kodesh, nora tehilot o sefele. Sefele Malchutecha ra'u vanecha Bokeh yam livnei Moshe Miriam Malchutecha ra'u vanecha Bokeh yam livnei Moshe Miriam Zizili anu ve'ameru Adonai Yada die 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 die, yada die die die, yada die 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 die, yada die die, yada die 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 die, yada die die die, yada die 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 die. ונאמר כבוד אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. ידה די 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 די, ידה די די די, ידה די 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 די, ידה די 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 די, ידה די די די, ידה די 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 די. Amen, amen.
On page 42, we turn to the blessing Hashkivenu, a prayer that reminds us that our shelter is temporary and yet so important to have. And in an environment right now that feels very scary for some, we remind ourselves to take a deep breath and to know that at some point we must keep living every single day and that we have each other to lean upon and that our strength inside and outward is only helped by the shelter in which we keep and the community in which we call our own. We join on page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shoreinu lechaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow, and pain. Hashivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu, l'chaim. One more time.
We continue in our service on page 46. I invite you to please rise if you are able as we begin Hatafila, the Amidah.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechaye hakol atah rav lehoshia. Mashtiv haruach u'morid hagashem, mechalkel chayim bechesed. Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofeh cholim, umatir ozorim, umekayem emunato lishenei afar, michamocha bal gevurot, umido melach. Melech memit umechaye umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'emanat le'achayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kdoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
You may be seated. We turn to page 55 and we read together at the top of the page. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. We continue on page 56.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael. Utefilatam be'ahava tekabel. Utefilatam be'ahava tekabel. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael. Utehi ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Utehi ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amecha Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai she'otecha levadcha be'irat navod.
So much of Shabbat's liturgy is about gratitude, so much so that the prayers not about gratitude in the Amidah have been omitted for Shabbat. And so as we arrive at Modim Anachnu Lach on page 58, it's become our custom that we open it up to the congregation for you to share what you are grateful for, what we are grateful for. So I invite you to do so at this point. Does anyone want to share something they are grateful for? Reagan? Your dad. We're all grateful for your dad. Yes, Sarah. Who was the author? Okay. We'll have to look up the book. Anyone? Yes, I'm sorry, Ruth. So Ruth said, although we aren't supposed to touch physically, we are spiritually together. Absolutely. I also am grateful for that. Yes, Jim. Grateful. Yes, let's all remain healthy. Yes, Lee. Yes. Bridget. Awesome. We're grateful the boys are okay. Anyone else? Usually you guys are so excited to share in the gratitude. I think we're a little overwhelmed also, I think, this week. So we join together in the Chatimah at the bottom of the page. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'cha la'eh lehodot. Amen. We're going to take a time to close our prayer books, but open our minds and our hearts to silent meditation as we prepare ourselves to speak the words that only we can speak. Shabbat Shalom. This week's Torah portion is Tetzaveh, and after last week's Torah portion of God giving us a shopping list of how to build him a mishkan, a tabernacle, we receive another shopping list. This time, it is for how our Kohanim, for how our high priests should be dressed. And so these high priests, which this, of course, was biblical Judaism versus rabbinic Judaism, they had to be very specifically dressed. So they had to wear... Actually, if you look at our Torahs, they had to wear exactly that. They had to wear crowns, breastplates, they had to wear a tunic, and a belt. And that's why our Torahs are dressed the way they are dressed, because we are now in Rabbinic Judaism, and because there are no more Kohanim, or at least some believe they are, but we don't understand it as such, we dress our Torahs that way. So I asked you all the question last week of why would God need to create a dwelling place amongst us? And many of you said, well, we all get that God's all around us. Why does it have to be within this tabernacle? And I'm going to ask you the same question this week. Why is God telling us how to dress? in order for God to become around us, to surround us. So I want you to think about what it feels like or what it felt like when you were growing up and it was Rosh Hashanah or Yom Kippur if you were born Jewish, or any other holiday that was important to you growing up, and what it felt like to come into temple dressed up. Does anyone remember that feeling? Having to wear tights, it's not good. A new winter coat, yeah, no. What does it make you feel like when you are dressed differently? It doesn't have to be just to go to temple, but when you dress in a way, let's say you have a big case, or you are giving a speech, or coming to Shabbat, what does it feel like to dress differently? Yes, Carla? More special. I'm sorry, what was the second part? It made it feel more special? Yeah. Honoring yourself, others, and God? Yeah. Lee? It heightens the experience, and yet all that changes are the outside, right? Yes, definitely. Anything else? So it's interesting because God said, this is what the Kohanim should wear so that I can dwell amongst you, so that they can do the holy work within the tabernacle. God then said they need to be in purples and blues, in reds, in linens, in gold threads, and lists and lists and lists, all the way down to the different stones that each of the 12 tribes are representing. So if you look at our gorgeous Gumanik chapel, you will notice that those jewel tones in the windows are all of the colors mentioned in this week's Torah portion, and that it was very specific as to what those stained glass windows should look like. And so I'll ask you one more thing. Do you think that our clothes matter to God? So most of you are saying no, but not everyone. So I asked, actually this was asked to us in the B'nai Mitzvah class, the adult B'nai Mitzvah class. Someone gave a Devar Torah about this week. And the comment was made that it doesn't matter to God, but that it matters to us, and therefore, when we act more authentically ourselves because of what we feel good in, that then matters to God. What I learned this week when we were talking about this Torah portion in our staff meeting, you'll notice that when I get to Shabbat, I've done this 6 times possibly already. When we were talking about this in our staff meeting, and I asked Jeannie if it was okay to share it, and she said yes. She said that in the Haitian culture, it very much matters to God what clothes you are wearing. And that in fact, when you go to church, in her community, it is not just social what someone is wearing that is judged, but that they believe God is judging how you show up physically in church. And so we pushed her as a staff because I think it was just so hard for many of us, including myself, to understand how a person could think God cares what's on the outside. And what Jeannie got down to was how we hold ourselves, and that really that is elevated, just what Lee said, that it's almost as if we become kasheh, holy, by what we put on our outside. This week, I don't know if any of you have heard of Keshet, but this week there was a Shabbaton, the first of its kind. A Shabbaton is like a weekend retreat, and it was a weekend retreat for teenagers who identify as gender fluid, and as some are trans, some are, I'm not going to define them for you, they define themselves. And it was a Shabbaton for Jewish kids who identify like this. And one of the kids who I became very close to, who is now a young woman, sent me the Devar Torah that she wrote. And I wanted to take an excerpt from that because it really gave me an entirely different view on this Torah portion. I know, this is in her words, and I'm not going to use her name and it's not important. I know that while wrestling with my gender identity within the Jewish community, there's been a couple of lines of Torah that I've struggled with. Keep in mind, I don't have too thorough of an understanding of the context, but I do know that it's used often to discount the very real livelihoods of trans and gender nonconforming people. The line reads something along these lines. A woman shall not wear men's clothing, and man shall not wear women's clothing. Anybody who does so is an abomination. So just some context for you all. This is from Deuteronomy 22:5, which is not exactly where we are, but which definitely is talking about how the exterior shapes your holiness. So then she goes on to say this to her fellow people at this convention. I want to ask you to reclaim this line as one that asks us to live our truth rather than constrict us. Close your eyes for a moment, and I'm going to ask you to do the same. Think of an outfit that you feel comfortable in, that you feel you in. Maybe it's what you're wearing right now, and maybe it's an outfit that you've been waiting to wear. Maybe you haven't worn it in years, and maybe you don't even own it yet, but you know that when you do, you will shine. Maybe it's a dress, and maybe it's a tuxedo. Maybe it's a hoodie or undergarments, extravagant or rudimentary. Keep that image in your mind and sit with it. Feel yourself wearing it, the fabric against your skin. Hold on to this feeling and mark it as holy. Now open your eyes. That outfit, whatever it may be, is the clothing of whatever gender you are. That may mean that you're wearing women's clothing, or it may mean that you're wearing men's clothing, or maybe you're wearing non-binary or gender-fluid clothing. If you're a man, it's your man outfit, and a woman, your woman outfit. When you live your truth, you're not contradicting what is asked of you in the Torah. Rather, you are fulfilling it and following what's instructed to us in our Torah. So whether it's tonight as we dance during the prom, they had a prom there, or in a year from now, standing on the bima or checking out an outfit in a store, going to a friend's house, wherever our lives take us, remember that living honesty and honestly is an act of sanctity and holiness, a vulnerability that exemplifies the core values of exactly what it means to be Jewish. I find her words so completely powerful. Not only is this a generation that gets something that the other generations have yet to, I think, fully understand, but I think it speaks so true to our Torah portion, that I believe God is telling us to wear what we can celebrate about ourselves, the colors and the fabrics, the way in which we wear them, to walk in and to shine, to serve God in the holiest way we know how. And so I don't think God cares what we are wearing. I think that it matters to ourselves what we are wearing. And I don't think that that's limited to our clothing. I think it goes with our smile. I think it goes with what intentions we put forward. I think that what God really cares about is how we show up in this world. And so in this parsha or in any other portion, I think that we must be reminded that when God instructs us to do something, it's actually to elevate our own feelings of self and of worth. And that if we can do so, that we can actually elevate the holiness in this world. So as we continue through this Shabbat, I invite all of us to feel that our skin, that the bodies we are in, that those are what are created in God's image, and that only through dressing them up, whatever that means to you, can we truly live a holy life in this body that we've been given. Shabbat Shalom.
So this is also Shabbat Zachor, and we remember today. We remember the battle against Amalek, right? So we're going to sing In My Life, and we're going to remember. And so the nice thing about this song is you get to remember when it's the Beatles. So you get to remember when you heard it for the first time. So here we go. There are places I'll remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever not forbidden, some have gone and some remain something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. In my life, I love you more.
We are going to continue. I can't find my schemata, but with Misha Beirach
Yes, we are.
on page 253 in a moment. It's weird. We think about those who are in our lives, those who so often, thank you, who so often surround us, and we think of all of them in our community and all of those in the world that are in need of prayers of healing right now. Those of us in this room, we can add our names to the list as well. And so as my hand passes where you are sitting, I ask that you please share those names out loud so we can join you in those prayers for healing. Sarah? Thank you. Thank you.
Vivian Whitcoff.
Thank you, Reagan. So with all of those in our hearts, again, we're on page 253.
May the source of strength, oh, blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
I invite up Mark Teitelbaum to help us open the ark in honor of his father, and I invite the congregation to please rise as we turn to page 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת. אין עוד ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. We turn to page 291. There are stars up above so far away, we only see their light long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we've loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. Our thoughts turn to those who are no longer with us, those in our lives, those in our family, who we wish so badly that we could just pick up the phone and call and tell them exactly what happened today, boring or not, just to tell them and laugh with them. We think about all of those who at this time of year would be joining us to get ready for Passover, and whose smells of cooking deliciously filled our homes, and whose tastes and cooking of soup and brisket and all of the yumminess filled our tummies and our minds. I ask that as I say your loved one's name, if you will please rise so that we can acknowledge that you are thinking of them, and then I will ask for other names of people that we would like to add to this list. This month, we are still thinking of Dora Tarabori, who is in the final days, her family of Shloshim. We think also of Jeannie Avrak, Moses Bauer, William Beckman, Charles Berman, Lena Behrman, Edna Bergida, Sheldon Birnbaum, Francis Bissell, Sidney W. Block, Manuel Bromberg, Gerald Allen Koff, Bernard Delavene, Milton D. Dreyfus, Pearl Dubois, A. David Epstein, Adolf Ehrlich, Samuel Feldman, Pablo Jarrow, Anna Ginsberg, Nathan Glazier, Jerome Greenbaum, Lillian E. Greenberg, Marissa L. Gurin, Beatrice Hall, Joseph Hammond, Nathan Heller, Libby Horowitz, Grace G. Jacobs, John W. Jacoby, Esther Jacoby, Lozer Cabot, Eli R. Katz, Samuel Kaufman, Howard Kempler, Ronald V. Kent, Joseph Kopman, Sterling F. Levine, Belle W. Levin, Lena Levin, Benjamin Lewis, Paul Robert Mancuso, Marie Mann, Hyman H. Miller, Lois Helen Mondras, Lillian M. Papper, Julia F. Papper, Jeanette Potsdam, Harry O'Rabe, Walter Rosengarten, Jean Leah Rosenthal, Ray S. Rosenthal, Pauline T. Scheinberg, John Leah Schwartz, Jean Leah Schwartz, Pauline Seidelman, Harry Sirota, Anna C. Siegel, Naomi Silverman, Miriam Spector, Joseph Teitelbaum, Marion Behrman Weisberg, Bertha Walk, and Thomas Boyd Young. If I mispronounced your loved one's name or you would like to add a name to this list, I ask that you please stand at this time and share those names with the congregation. And with all of those names and all of those left with no one left to say Kaddish for them, I invite the congregation to please rise as you are able, and we turn to page 294 for Kaddish Yatom. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach chirutei v'amlich malchutei, b'chayachon uvyomechon, uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala ubizman kari v'imru, amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Leolam Almeo Maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpoar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal Shemei Dekudesha Brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'ami ran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav, Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories forever be a blessing and a lesson for how we can live our lives. And let us say, Amen. I invite the congregation to come to the center of the sanctuary. We are going to not join hands tonight. We are going to stand next to one another with our pre-cut challah as we join together in Kiddush and Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. V'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu. זיכרון למעשה וראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת, 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 מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, המוציא לחם מן הארץ. אמן. שבת שלום.